Shalom.
Welcome to another live class. We're here in Stafford, Texas, 231 FM 1092. We're live, we're local, we all through your airwaves, we ready to go, right? We ready to rock. So Wednesday's class, so buckle up. We got our schools in different locations. We out in Rochester, 1600 Lyle Ave, Rochester, New York. We're at walls in those areas. Check our class are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and Saturday. Monday, Wednesday from 7 to 9, Saturday 6 to 8, and Friday 6 to 8, Saturday from about 10 to about 2, 3, give or take. Times a little bit, but they go Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 12 to about 3. Zion did like a 12 to 7 last Saturday, just so y'all know. Okay. Right, he's breaking records, right? He's breaking records. Like he's setting marathons out there. So again, if you're local, you can hit us up. You can hit my number up, 303-557-8979 for the class information. Any questions or concerns? You can hit up Priest Kazakia. His number is 340-47. And then you can hit up my dear brother and Priest Zionala. Did we put this number on here? They gotta stop capping on Zionala, man. Listen, we need to get a number on this sheet and put some respect on his name. 346-234-8340 is Zionala's number. He's out there in Rochester. So again, you want to hit us up, comments, concerns, feel free to do so when we're not in class. Don't call us during class because we in class. We got Hebrew Academy in the different states, Virginia and Rochester every Monday from about 7 to 10. Here in Houston every Tuesday from 7 to 9 or 10. Just depends on what's going on. We're going over different topics with the brothers, street speaking decorum, teaching decorum, and etiquette. Just how to be a better and more effective teacher, how to be useful to the body. All right. So if you're a brother and you want to be a part of that, you want to learn how to, street teach and march and all those different things, please come to Hebrew Academy. And it's actually a requirement for the soldiers and brothers that are trying to street speak. So you got to be a Hebrew Academy. We have our many various ways to watch our content. We're on YouTube mainly. We got a few different channels. We got the Virginia channel, Houston, San Antonio channel, got the Rochester channel, right? And whatever other future school we have, we got a channel for that. All right, so make sure you subscribe to the channels that you see and the ones that we ain't did yet. Just subscribe to them all.
And stay tuned.
Yeah, just stay tuned. But the dope thing is, if you're on the Houston channel, it'll give you a link to everything. 5 Minutes of Wisdom, Houston Israelite Media Corp. It'll give you a link to everything. Like, share, subscribe, comment, feedback, likes, thumbs up, thumbs down. It's all welcome. Whatever you got to say it. When I respond, I'm gonna be nice. Be nice, right? I don't take it personal. Trust me. We don't take it personal. We get it. Everybody's entitled to an opinion. Just be respectful. That's it. Right? What else we got? Oh, also Mashaba does his Blog Talk Radio, I think like every day. Right? So you can check that out on Blog Talk Radio /Mashaba, blogtalkradio.com/Mashaba. And he's doing something every day. You can check out stuff from like 8 years ago. It's a podcast, so it's all there, all archived. We have our businesses that you can check out if you like. We got the Sweet Ambiance that deals with the oils and the body products. We have the Chosen Creations that deals with the wood art and the metal cutting and the engraving. We just did it yesterday. I was on the phone with Kazakia. We can engrave glass now. So You got like wine glasses you want to get done for an event, or cups, right? We diving into that. Anything that you want custom. And then also we have Israel wear that deals with the garments. So we trying to take care of all the needs of the Israelites. We're trying to be your Israelite one-stop shop when it comes to decor, smelling good, and dressing. Right? What's wrong with that? Right. Nothing's wrong with that. It's actually a good thing. So yeah, check those things out on the Chosen Creations on Etsy. I think you can go to isbhbk.com, and it gives you all the different businesses and everything. We haven't changed that website yet because that domain name is pricey. For Stream of Wisdom, it's pricey. So yeah, but we're gonna get to it. Anything you like to give as far as donations towards the schools? Any books, pens, papers? I mean, if you want to, I don't care. If you want to send a bottle of olive oil in so we can anoint people, candles, right? Whatever is in your mind, in your heart of hearts. It ain't always be money. Feel free to hit us up. Any other locations, you gotta just be here, right? So, VA needs stuff too. Rochester needs stuff too. So any books, apocryphers, things like that, feel free to hit us up. We'll give you the address where you can mail things. Please, if you do mail anything, don't mail it to the school. No one's really here during the daytime, and they do not deliver the mail when no one is here. Okay, so packages we won't get, or they'll sit outside, somebody will steal them. So, yeah. Right on time, right? 7:09, let's get into it. So, that's nothing different. We just do anybody potentially new that's watching, they can get a little information on us. So, we still live, right?
Fine.
So you know how Satan likes to mess with me.
Yeah.
Satan be hopping on the internet, chastising me, cutting my class short, hating on me. But what I want to talk about is, I want to talk about zeal. I want to talk about zeal. Now, I mean, it's something that we see in the scriptures a lot, right? Zeal, zealous, right? But I want to kind of get y'all's perspective a little bit. Obviously, deal with some scriptures, deal with some definitions, standard practice. But I kind of want to see how y'all look at what zeal is and what it's for, right? So, what y'all think about zeal? And you can title this class, I titled it, I tried to get all professional, A Zealous Pursuit, Unveiling the Power of Zeal in the Bible. So, what y'all think about the word zeal? What is y'all's mind towards it? Good thing, bad thing, needed, not needed? Anybody? Okay, better question. Do you even think about it? Okay, what y'all think? There's probably not going to be any wrong answer, so don't feel no way. I'm done.
I believe zeal is needed.
Okay.
In a sense, zeal would be like how much you're willing to pursue something.
Right. Okay. So you kind of looked at the definition a little bit, or you just kind of had it on your head.
Just had it on my head.
Okay. So go ahead. Keep going.
So it's kind of like what you put your attention towards. So our people, for example, they'll put their attention towards negative. That's what they'll be zealous in. And us.
I did the class with me.
And us.
This is his class, so I'm gonna step. No, go ahead.
And us, our zeal has to be. It's like it comes to a point where most people will probably believe zeal is motivation.
Okay.
But how it is, zeal is a pursuit. That's something that you actively are working towards. Whatever that zeal that whatever your zeal is towards.
Perfect. Okay. Angela and then Corey.
I was thinking the same thing on the same lines as Madonna, saying basically wherever your heart is, that's where your treasure is. So
Okay.
if you care about a thing, you love a thing, you're gonna put your time and your effort into it, and you're gonna give it all you got, because if that's what you love, of your spirit. So if you do something, you're gonna do with everything you have. So
Right.
and it's needed because other people may not know or may not understand why you do what you do. But if you love it, then you should stay.
Okay. Corey, what you think?
Well, I was thinking that like zeal can be kind of like needed and not needed at a certain time, because I know like for me, as coming into the truth and learning a little bit more about the word, I was ready to like go cut some throats on some people that were saying some things that wasn't right, but I didn't have all the information that I needed. But I knew enough, but I didn't have enough just in case, like if somebody would say something, like if a Christian would come and say something and I wouldn't know what scriptures or anything to rebuttal to that. But I had a zeal to let them know that what they were talking about is not right.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't have enough bullets in my gun just yet. I was ready to go off on them though.
Right. Okay. I'm glad that you brought that perspective out. You kind of added a little bit to something that he said, and then yeah, that's a good thing. And y'all online can put in there what y'all think zeal, like, is it needed? Is it not needed? What do you think it is? Anybody else? Zeal, definition off their head, or Zealous to kill the that boy zealous.
My bad.
That boy zealous, right? But grabbing hard, right? So let's go into it. Okay, zeal is especially, zeal is especially needed. You will not accomplish anything without any zeal. Zeal, I believe, is a strong desire towards something. Yeah, and y'all are right. It is a focus towards something, excitement. This is what people are putting on Moshe: excitement, focus, Adonai, strong desire. I'm a one. He said that zeal is especially needed. You won't accomplish. Ashariyah, a strong belief. And all of y'all are right. All of y'all are right. There's not going to be really too much of a wrong answer if you kind of have a concept of what the word means, right? So let's dive into what is zeal, right? By definition. And I'll just give you what I have real quick, and y'all could always look it up. This is where I get my definition. I went to the 1828 Webster's Dictionary. I go there. I'll Google a definition sometimes. Sometimes I go to word etymologies, okay, to get a definition, because they have good definitions at word etymology, and that's an app, onlineetymology.com, or online etymology app, and you can look up the origin of a word. So I just went to 1828, and what do you have for zeal? A passionate ardor in the pursuit of anything. So it's not just being in the pursuit of something, but there's a passion behind it, right? There's a certain level of care that you're gonna put, a certain level of attention, right? And the sister quoted it, where your mind is your treasure, where your treasure is, your heart will be also, right? Zeal is the eagerness of desire to accomplish or to obtain an object. So how eager am I to obtain something? So there's going to be a little, like if we're listening to this definition, it should be telling you that there's two parts of zeal, right? Zeal has a plus, but it also has a negative, right? Because the eagerness to desire something doesn't mean that thing is good, right? A lot of people are eager and they desire the wrong things, and they're zealous for it. I think, who said that? About desiring the wrong thing? Was that you? That was Corey, right? Right. You can desire and be zealous for the wrong thing. So even though zeal is something that's necessary in the pursuit of anything, what is it? What is this definition showing us about zeal or being zealous? That there has to be, that zeal has to be kept in check, right? Right. It may be manifested either in favor of any person or thing, or in opposition to any person or thing. You see that? Like, for instance, the news media is zealous right now to make you believe that Hamas is the biggest terrorist group on earth that ever existed, and that the Israelis are super innocent. They're very zealous in every news story to point out, 500 people died in a bombing at a Palestinian hospital, but them niggas ran up in Israel and invaded. Right. Let's not forget that. This was the Israeli 9/11. Don't ever forget it. America is zealous to remind you of 9/11 every single year. They beat it down your throat. But they're also zealous to tell you, that slavery that happened to you Negroes, that didn't really happen. That don't really matter. Don't worry about that. Pick up yourself from your bootstraps. Get over it and move on. The only way to succeed is to move on, brother. To forget it, right? But then they'll be zealous to tell you that 9/11 has to live in your heart forever. And they'll have slogans, right? Forever in our hearts, 9/11. So we see that zeal can work two ways, right? By definition, and also just in practical use of zeal. Zeal is a mighty, mighty powerful weapon, right? So I'm gonna keep going. Right, it says, it may be manifested either in favor of any person or thing, or in opposition to it, and in a good or bad cause. So this is by definition telling us that zeal can be used inappropriately, right, for a bad cause, but it can be used for the good, for a good cause, right? And these are the things that I want to talk about. Like, what are we using zeal for? What are we zealous for? And how do we know that we're zealous for one thing over another? Right? So, right. Mm-hmm. So that was kind of like the introduction. You could just write introduction, definition of zeal, boom. And then, you can write it down however you write. Now let's go into like the first point. Let's go into the first point, and really let's see where zeal is talked about in the scriptures. Go to 1 Maccabees real quick. Without understanding really what it is yet, because we still haven't dived into it, let's just see how they refer to zeal in certain instances, right? So let's go to 1 Maccabees 2:49. And you're going to read 49, 50, and 51.
1 Maccabees chapter 2, verse 49.
Right.
Now when the time drew near.
You're actually going to read 49, and you're going to read down to 58. Go ahead.
Now when the time drew near,
right,
that Mattathias should die,
right,
he said unto his sons.
So we know that this is Mattathias during the Maccabean revolt, right? You got the Greeks, they come in to Jerusalem, they start tearing down the temple, they start making it unlawful for Jews to call themselves Jews, to circumcise, right? But then you had this man Mattathias. He was like, okay, we ain't riding with that. Go ahead.
Now hath pride and rebuke gotten strength.
Right, so this is now up to the time where he's getting ready to die. He's talking to his sons. And you'll see this a lot in the scriptures, where when a man is about to die, he literally passes on a type of oath to his sons, right? He reminds them. David did it with Solomon on his deathbed, right? He said, look, show yourself a man. How do you do it? You keep the commandment. Tobit, his pops did it when Tobit did it to Tobias, When Tobit thought he was dying, he was blind. He was what? He was showing Tobit about alms. And this is how you got to live your life as a man. And this is how you are a responsible Israelite in the eyes of the Most High. Right? So as we're passing on, we're giving our sons this charge. Right? Not that we only do it at that time, because we're doing it the whole time we're alive. We're constantly in their ear. We're constantly teaching them. But at that last moment when it's time, it's like, listen, man, I'm going to give you this last reminder because this is going to be the only one I can give you. So he's giving his sons this charge, this reminder. Go ahead.
And a time of destruction.
Go ahead.
And the wrath of indignation.
Uh-huh.
Now therefore, my sons, be ye zealous for the law.
Right, so he's using this word, zeal. Now, my sons, be ye zealous for the law. Go ahead.
And give your lives.
Do what?
Give your lives.
So, this scripture, I'm going here because it's almost going to define zeal biblically. Let me take that back. It is going to define zeal biblically now that I'm really thinking about it. It's going to tell you, right, what zeal is used, so what proper zeal is supposed to be about. What not misguided zeal, right? Like the scriptures say they have zeal, but not according to knowledge. This is knowledgeable zeal. Go ahead.
And give your lives for the covenants of your fathers.
Come on.
Call to remembrance that acts our fathers did in their time.
Right, so now he's starting to do what? As he's reminding them their oath and how to accomplish, he said, look, remember the forefathers, right? And how they moved in this zeal. Go ahead.
So shall ye receive great honor.
Come on.
And an everlasting life.
What verse you at?
Verse 52.
Go ahead.
Was not Abraham found faithful
Right.
in temptation? And it was imputed unto him for righteousness.
Come on.
Joseph in the time of distress.
Actually, you at what verse?
53 now.
Read verse 54.
54.
So read 51 one more time.
Call to remembrance
Right.
what acts our fathers did in their time.
Go ahead.
So shall you receive great honor and an everlasting name.
Jump to verse 54.
Phineas, our father,
Right.
in being zealous and fervent, obtained a covenant of an everlasting priesthood.
Right. Go to verse 58.
58. Elias, for being zealous and fervent for the law.
So that would be Elijah. That's speaking about Elijah at this time. Go ahead.
Was taken up into heaven.
Right. So Elijah being zealous for the law said he was taken up into heaven, right? So think about it. Obviously, these sons knew their history. They knew what their dad was referring to. They knew these men, right? Because this was part of having that zeal. You had to know the history of how did these men move? What mode were they moving in? What were their characteristics, right? Now, let's just say you were just a brand new cat, never ever read the Bible, never read these stories, and somebody's like, man, you gotta be zealous like Phinehas. You gotta be zealous like Elijah. Wouldn't it spark in your mind like, wait a minute, what does that mean? Like, what does it mean to be zealous like them? Right? It should spark in your mind. Because I remember like first coming into truth, man. And you would hear this word like the zeal. And it's like, the hell is that? Like, what does that mean? Right? And sometimes you get caught up in that one word and then you define it and it's still kind of like, So what do? You kind of go to like some synonyms, right? You go to different words to try to articulate what it is, and it paints a different picture, right? So that's like an account of somebody telling someone else to have zeal. But does that still tell us what that is? Just from that account, does it tell us how to do it? Does it give us insight on what zeal is? Well, not really. It doesn't really go in detail. He just said be zealous.
It tells you what to be zealous about.
It tells you
doesn't tell you how to be.
Do certain clues. What's that?
Well, it gives you examples of men that were zealous.
Right. And then you would have to do what? Search those examples, right? You'd have to know where to go to look at those examples. But if you didn't, you would still be left wondering, like, well, what is this zeal thing? Right? What is this thing that throughout the scriptures you see men being encouraged to have? Right? So you can write down real quick just the nature of zeal, or synonyms or the characteristics of zeal. Right? Somebody go to Google. Somebody go to Google for me real quick and look up zeal and hit the little button that says synonyms. And tell me what you get. What you got?
Passion.
What? Okay, so now, because passion is something that you hear a lot, you're like, oh, okay, I know what passion means, right? I know how that looks. I might not know how zeal looks. I don't understand the word, but I know what passionate about something or passion looks like, right? I know what a person that's passionate about something, I know what they look like when they display that, right? You could say that Michael Jordan was a passionate basketball player, right? Kobe Bryant, LeBron James. They got passion in what they do. You could say, oh, Serena Williams, she was a passionate sister on that tennis court, right? You could say, Mike Tyson was a passionate dude. You could say, some of these people that give good speeches, right? You can see the passion come through their words, right? Martin Luther King, I Have a Dream speech. Malcolm X with his speeches, you can hear the passion. Even like Farrakhan, right? You can hear the passion in his voice. So you can identify with that and say, oh, I know, I understand that, right? What else?
Committedness.
Right, committedness or being committed to something, right? So now you can say, oh, damn, oh, I know what that feels like to be, I know how it feels to be committed. I know how it feels to be non-committed, right? I know how it feels to commit to something, right? There's a ownership. There's a level of going the extra mile for said thing or said person, right? If I commit to you, like the scriptures say, if a brother asks you to go a mile, you go with him 2. Because why? We're committed to each other, right? If a brother falls, I'm there to pick him up. Why? Because we're committed to each other. Now, if I'm not committed to you, I know what that feels like. If you fall, I'm gonna look at you fall and be like, well, pick yourself up, right? You ask me to go a mile, I'm not trying to do that. I'm busy. Or I'll go the exact mile. I'm gonna go the exact mile to the foot, to the inch. And I can't go that inch, bro. Because when you give a nigga an inch, you take him out. Right? Right? So you know how these things, you can use these words because you're familiar. Go ahead. What else you got?
Love.
Love. How do you feel when you love something? You can rationalize these words now. They're practical because you've done it. You've used them. Love. Oh, I know how I feel when I love something. Some things I'll die for that I love. Some things I'll make sure I protect with all my mind, body, and spirit, right? When you love something, what do you want to do? You want to see or love someone. What do you want to see? You want to see that person prosper, grow, right? You don't want to see no harm. So, wow, that's zeal, right? You put these words and you replace it and you say, wow, so zeal is love. Zeal is commitment, right? Zeal is dedication. What was the first one you had?
Passion.
Passion. So while I'm loving something, I'm being passionate, but I'm committed. What else?
There's fire.
Right?
Fondness.
Fondness, okay.
Devotion.
I'm devoted. Do I know what it means to be devoted to something? Well, that means that if I devote myself to something, it gets my undivided attention. And it gets more of my attention than everything else. Because I'm devoted to you or it. Go ahead.
Enthusiasm.
Oh, wow. So not only am I giving myself over to something, not only do I love something, not only do I commit myself, but then there's this thing called enthusiasm that I have to have when I do it. Right? Like, so I use me. I got a zeal for class to teach and to help, right? But imagine if I was here like the dry eyes guy, the clear eyes guy. Job 9:33, read. And then the reader is like, the earth is given to the hands of the wicked. And then I'm like, read. Because the Bible says the earth is given in. You would be like, what the hell kind of teacher is this guy? He ain't got no enthusiasm. He must not love what he does. He must not be committed to this. He must not be devoted. Devotion has to do with here, really. Giving your mind to something, right? It starts here. Before you can commit your body, right? Most people have to commit this. Now we know the scriptures do say, commit thy works. Commit thy hands and the Most High will establish your thought. But think about it. If I don't have this here right, when I do this, it's gonna be terrible. It's gonna be like the clear eyes guy, right? It's gonna be dry. It's not gonna be no excitement. You know, like what makes a roller coaster ride exciting?
The ups and downs.
Right, the ups, the downs, the anticipation. Like they take you up real slow, and you just all you hear is the chain link. They take you to the height, and then you sit there. You like, okay, we just sitting here. And while you looking around like, oh, my house is right there. Oh, that's grandmama's house over there. And then, whoop, and you're like, ah! Right? And you lose it. Like, y'all ever been on the one where they take you on the tower, like the towers of doom, and you're sitting, and they take you all the way up, and it just hangs you up there. And you're like, dang, this is a beautiful. And while you're admiring the view, and you forget where you're at, and you just drop your whole gut. Comes about your mouth, right? You feel your whole stomach drop, right? Because why? They want to captivate you, but it's almost like they take you and make you forget where you're at, just to drop you and captivate you and bring you right back. And usually it's like a fear tactic, right? But imagine if the class was just, and brothers were just like, what is it that looks at a person's heartbeat? The monograph? Monograph? You know when the monograph does like this? But how you know there's enthusiasm and life in that person? Right? It's bouncing up and down. But when it flatlines, that's death. Imagine if I was up here flatline. The class would be dead. There'd be no air. You wouldn't be excited. You wouldn't want to be here. So zeal, you have to be enthusiastic about something. You got to be able to raise your voice, right? You got to show your love and your passion and your excitement, right? Need a little excitement? Step to a Slim Jim. Imagine if that wasn't Macho Man. Imagine if that was somebody else. You'd be like, I don't want no Slim Jim. He made you want a Slim Jim. Need a little excitement? Like, damn, that's, hell yeah. Step to a Slim Jim. You like, man, where the 7-Eleven at? Let me go get you a Slim Jim. You know what I'm saying? But just imagine if it was like some dry white dude, skinny with no excitement. Want a Slim Jim? Want some excitement? But you ain't excited.
Right.
You ain't got no enthusiasm. Right? What else you got?
Eagerness.
Eager. So not only am I excited, but I'm eager. Now, what does eagerness promote? I'm eager. Now, this is it's tricky. It's tricky to rock around, right? Eagerness can promote two things, good and bad. If I get too eager, then I might move hastily. I might move rash. I might start hyperventilating, right? Then I'm starting to panic, and then it's like, wait a minute. The scriptures say, be not anxious, but with all things supplication and prayer. But eagerness can also promote readiness. I'm eager to do this thing, but I know I got to get ready and put myself in a situation to succeed. Move over just a little tad. I want to see the sister. Right? Eagerness. I'm eager to go undertake whatever situation it is. Right? What else? And all we're doing is just going through a few synonyms to better understand this word, right? This word zeal, because again, we read it, be zealous, be zeal. You're like, well, okay, how do I do that? But now we're understanding when we start to put these different words, because all these words are just different components of the word zeal. The love, the enthusiasm, the dedication, right? Go ahead, what else?
Vigor.
Vigor, right? You know, that vigor, that, right? That, you know, I'm gonna go get that, right? What else?
Fervency.
Fervent, right? Fervency, I like that one. What else?
That's it.
Right, I got energy, I got appetite. How big is my appetite for something? Right? How much energy do I want to expend in the pursuit of said thing? So now think about this. When you go back to First Maccabees, and you go back there for me real quick. Read verse 54.
First Maccabees, chapter 2, verse 54.
Go ahead.
Phineas, our father, and being zealous.
Or being committed, right? Being committed. I'm gonna switch the word. Being committed, or being passionate, or being voted, or having an appetite, right? Or having love, enthusiasm, and what?
And fervent.
Go ahead.
Obtain the covenant of an everlasting priesthood.
Right. So you see how we replace the word, doesn't make the word less. We replace that word to understand, wait a minute. So this has to do with my love for something. Zeal has to do with my love, my commitment, my eagerness, my enthusiasm, right? My dedication, right? My vigor, my energy, my appetite. I'm trying to eat it up. Remember that one Bible verse that says, and he took the book like a scroll and ate it?
Ezekiel.
Right? Remember that one? Right. How large is my appetite for the scroll? Right? So, I like that word fervor though. Right? Somebody look that word up for me real quick. Fervor. Like, you know, when it says the heavens are going to be burning with a fervent heat. Fervor is just a derivative of that word. Fervor, or even fervent. You can look up fervent. What you got?
Intense.
Oh,
and
what?
Passionate feelings.
So intense. Like, damn, you're intense, brother. Right? I like to feel like I'm intense sometimes. Not too intense, but I want to feel like I'm intense. Like, man, there's some intensity about me. Because that helps to display my zeal, my love, my care, right? But you got to know when to be intense. You got to know when to be intense, when not to be intense, how to tame it down, how to tone it, how to turn it, right? How to flip it, toss it, right? Y'all funny, right? What else? You said so intense passion. What else?
That was it.
Say it. Oh, so say it again. What you got?
I got this is mostly like this is more synonyms.
Right?
Figuratively violent.
Oh, whoa. Hold on. Okay, maybe I'm not that intense.
It's like
Non-violent. Right? I ain't violent up here, but see, even in that word violent don't mean what we think it means. Really, when you look at something, you say, "Oh, that's violent," because why? It's
you can feel the air.
like you could say animals, like a lion attacking a hyena is violence, right? But if you define violence, right, it's not what we categorize violence as. So it's like more of a intense action towards something.
Right.
What you got?
It's like how you said, like where it's like you can feel it off of somebody.
Right.
Like you can feel their fervency.
Right.
know?
Like
So
for instance, I was watching today. My YouTube is weird, but it showed like the 10 most feared men in the NFL, and you could say like these dudes is violent as hell. You had Ray Lewis, if y'all know who Ray Lewis is, right? He was violent as a mug, right? His coach was one of his coaches was I think it was Bill Belichick. No, it wasn't Bill Belichick. He had a coach that said that. No, it was Ray Lewis. Not Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis, Lawrence Taylor, right? He was like number one.
Yeah.
But you know what Bill Belichick said about him? He was his coach at the time. He said he's like that because he has no regard for his body. This nigga was just popping people, breaking them. He broke one man's leg, both of them. He broke a quarterback's legs. He broke both his legs in one tackle. He didn't try to do it, but he broke this man down. He hit him so hard, he just shattered him.
Damn.
There was other men, right?
He ended, Joe Theismann.
It was Theismann, yeah. He ended his career. He never touched the field after that. You had other men from the 60s, right? That there was one dude, it said that he hit one cat so hard, he paralyzed him from the top, from the neck, from the shoulders down. Something like that. The waist up or something. He paralyzed him with one hit, cracked him. And there was another one, running back, he ran head to head with him. He hit him and they said that dude was paralyzed years later because of that. This dude was a freight train. And he was like, look, I ain't apologizing. Don't get up in that field with me. Don't come out here. You could say that's violence, right? But all you're doing is playing football. It's the way actions are carried out. He was an intense dude. Right? He was a fervent dude. He believed. Because even zeal has to do with how you display your belief towards something. Because really that's what it is. When I put love, when I put commitment, when I put enthusiasm, I'm showing you how much I believe something. So again, if I'm up here like, yeah, because the Bible said it, would you believe me that I had a belief towards what I'm teaching? No, you wouldn't believe it. You'd be like, okay, so do you believe it? Or if I'm like, I don't know. I think that I know. Y'all would be like, wait a minute, he ain't got no zeal for this. He ain't got no belief. There's no conviction. Is he dedicating himself to study to even know? Right. You see, so you can take all these different words and apply them to the person, the man, and say, oh, okay, that's what is either lacking or that's what's too much of. Y'all see this? Right. So, fervor, intense, what?
Intense and passionate feeling.
Right. An intense and passionate feeling. Go to 1 Peter's real quick. 1:18. And y'all online, if y'all got any push, right? If y'all got any anything y'all want to add, please feel free. Shalom. Right. Taza Warrior. Shalom. Right? Make sure I say the names right. Butcher nobody's name. Right? So 1 Peter's 1:18. Read that for me. You're gonna read the 23. Go ahead.
1 Peter chapter 1, verse 18.
Right.
For as much.
So I want y'all to pay attention because there's a lot that's gonna be said. Now, really, you can sum it up. You can read 18 and then you can just jump down to 22. But 20 and 21 is important. Go ahead.
For as much as ye know that ye were not redeemed with corruptible things.
Go ahead.
As silver and gold.
Come on.
From your vain conversation.
Right. So what's happening here? Well, the author is letting us know, or trying to put us in this mind that, or in this remembrance that our redemption as Israelites, as God's chosen people, he didn't buy us with money. Right? He didn't pull up to Esau with a bag of money and say, let my people go. Right? He didn't drop a bunch of silver. He didn't pay off the nations. He literally did what? He had to send his son. Yahweh Shai, right? That incorruptible lamb had to die on that cross. So he's putting us in the mind to remember this. Go ahead.
From your vain conversation.
Right.
Received by tradition from your fathers.
Go ahead. So you weren't redeemed with silver, gold, your vain conversation, or the traditions of your fathers. It wasn't how much you washed your hands. Right? It wasn't all the baptisms you did. Right? It wasn't the sinews you didn't eat. That redeemed you. Go ahead.
but with the precious blood of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach,
Right?
as of a lamb without blemish.
Right. So he's giving you the contrast, the compare and contrast. He's like, look, it ain't silver and gold, but what would most people be zealous about, or passionate about, or what do people love? Like silver and gold. Oh, I'm there. Blood of Christ. Not so much. Blood of Christ. Well, I wasn't there when he was getting stoned. He didn't get stoned, dummy. He got hung. Right?
Yeah.
I wasn't there when these things. So you wouldn't have this mind, right? You wouldn't have this passion to do what? Because, damn, somebody bought me with silver and gold. What do you automatically feel? If I told you right now, listen, I went to your financial institution and I paid all your bills, what would you feel?
I would feel a sense of like I gotta pay you back.
Thank you. Thank you. You would be like, hold up. Damn, Barakatah Yahweh. But then you'd be like, oh, snap, I gotta pay him back. Damn, let me get on that, right? You would feel a zeal. First of all, for the act, you'd be hyped. Like, damn, the brother did that? His hard-earned money? Corey like, hell no, I know that. But his hard-earned silver and gold? Right? He did that for me? You see I'm being enthusiastic?
Yeah.
Me? Right? But you'd be like, dang, son, really? Damn, you first of all, you say, I can never repay you. But then in your mind, you're like, I gotta repay this brother. So, but no matter, are you gonna go tit for tat with the payment, or are you gonna say, you know what? I feel automatically indebted. You will feel indebted, right? Now, if I said, listen, for the last 20 years, I've been teaching this Bible, getting our people right, doing this, doing that, and I'm doing it for our people, and you're one of our people. Come on. Are people going to feel that same fervor?
No.
You see the point why he did that?
Right.
Because we'll discount what's really valuable and we'll be zealous towards the things that are not valuable. So he reminded the people, you weren't redeemed with silver and gold because that ain't no value. But that precious blood is where you should be fervent in trying to repay. You should have a zeal towards the next man's sacrifice. Because what's greater? Me paying your bills one time and then you got to reaccumulate bills? Like they have the saying, you give a man a fish, he eats for a day. You teach a man to fish, he eats for a lifetime, right? So what's better? Me giving you that fish for the one time, or me teaching you how to fish? So shouldn't you have more zeal towards learning how to fish forever, or eating that fish that one time?
The former.
The former, right? But think about it. More people are more zealous to eat once.
Yeah.
Because, damn, nigga, I gotta go out and fish?
Right.
What, you teaching me this so I gotta go work? But I'm not even a fisherman like that. But you like eating fish, though. You a fish eater?
That clean them.
Yeah. Oh, so now I gotta catch them. Now I gotta clean them and gut them. I did that to Abashai the other day. He was like, "You want that fish?" I'm like, "Hell no! I ain't trying to clean that. Right? I just want to eat the fish. Right? I won't care." I told him straight up. I was like, "Bro, I ain't trying to clean that."
I got clean fish tonight.
Oh, you put that clean. Ooh, see, he took care of him. You know, because he had me that fish that ain't cooked, that ain't clean. That might be in the deep freezer for a long time. I got bad experiences with cleaning fish, bro. I was cleaning fish when I was his age. Yeah, and it was terrible. The smell, it was bad, right? But just think about it. We look at the thing that's being given to us that's more beneficial. We have less drive and less vigor and less appetite for that, but more of an appetite for the quote-unquote carnal or things that don't last a long time, right? So the question is, what level of fervency are we moving with? right? And this is a rhetorical. Everyone got to look into themselves and say, wait a minute. Where does my zeal lie? Does it lie in the here and now? Or I always say the here and now is more of a carnal mind. Here and now, I want it now, it got to be now. Or am I on the faith, long-term, foreseeing, foreshadowing, faithful mind, right? Is it about the silver and gold or the precious blood? Precious blood. That's what it should be, right? Well, let's read on.
Okay.
You were going to say something.
So just like on the example that you were using, right? It's like with the fish. He was like, you give them the fish for that one time, or you teach them how to fish. It's like a lot of times where our people, they receive the blessing once, and then they never they never do the acts or follow the acts that will lead them to having more blessings.
Right, because why? It's work.
Right.
It's like I gotta work to get blessed. I thought a blessing was just supposed to drop from heaven.
Free.
Huh? Like, okay, even if it dropped from heaven, you still gotta maintain it.
Right.
Because is it not a blessing that he wanted to give me a fish?
Right. Yeah.
Hell yeah. I just didn't want to do the work to maintain that blessing. Right? But it's still a blessing that the brother was like, hey, you want that fish? But I knew me though. I ain't gonna cap and act like, oh yeah, let me take that fish and cap. And then he's like, yeah, so how was the fish? Scrumptious, and it's still sitting in the freezer.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to clean it. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And then another thing about like the somebody had taught you, now you have to teach somebody else.
That's another whole burden.
Yeah.
Where there's a zeal of a student, then there's the zeal of a teacher. But those go hand in hand, and if you can master one, you can definitely transition into the other, because that's what the transition should be. Right? Read on for me.
And without spot.
And without spot, go ahead.
Who verily was foreordained.
So he's giving you these two things that you could have been redeemed by one or the other, but there was the thing that redeemed you was without spot, without blemish, and is precious. How do you feel about it? Where's your mind towards it? Read.
Before the foundation of the world.
Go ahead.
But was manifest in these last times for you.
For what?
For you.
So he's also putting in perspective that this thing been manifested from the beginning. Money has always been there, but it's in the last days for you. Go ahead, for us, for our people. Read.
Who by him do believe in God.
Right.
That raised him up from the dead.
Go ahead.
And gave him glory. That your faith and hope might be in God.
Right. Go ahead.
Seeing ye have purified your souls in obeying the truth.
Right.
Through the Spirit unto unfeigned love.
Right. So what is he reminding us? What's Peter reminding us? That seeing that you've been purified, seeing that you've been redeemed with something pure, you're supposed to be purifying yourself because of what has been done for you. Now, let's just think about something here. When Yahushua walked the earth, as far as what we read, did he move around complacent? Did he walk around city to city like, man, my nigga, you know what I'm saying? These niggas got me out here cause they got me messed up out here cause I'm about to go do this thing, and these cats, man, listen, bro, I'm about to slide to this bar. You see what I'm saying? Where's the local watering hole?
Right.
Was he pulling up to every city like, where's the wine spot at?
Right.
Right? Or did he move with a fervency, with a zeal towards capturing the minds of as many people as he could, knowing what his sacrifice was going to be? Did he move with a zeal or not?
Yes.
Did he move with a dedication, a devotion,
Passion, yes.
a passion? They got moved with the passion of the Christ, right? Did he move with a passion? Did he move with a vigor? Yeah, he was bold and austere. He was vigorous.
Right.
He was, man, talking to trees and burning them up.
Right.
Rebuking the wind. Right. Rebuking trees, rebuking brothers.
Yeah.
Thou hast the devil right? Rebuking Peter mad times, cutting his head off, right? He moved with a level of vigor but then he also moved with love. Bid not the children to come to me, right? Let the multitude come, I'm gonna heal them all, right? He had compassion on the multitude. Get how many loaves of fish and bread y'all got?
Right.
Let's get it. Let's feed them, right? He had love for the people. He had compassion. He still had a zeal, which was his fervency, which was his dedication. I came not to do mine own will, but the will of him that sent me. The Father loveth me because I lay down my life for the sheep. No man take it, but I lay it down that I may take it again, right? So he had a level of dedication to the mission. Just think about it. Think about how much he dedicated it. I mean, when you look at it, Yahweh Shai dedicated himself to go die. He was zealous in like, what you so happy for? I'm about to go die. They might as well have asked him that. What you so dedicated for? To go die? Right? What you so vigorous in? You know what I'm saying? Why you got so much love? Because I'm about to go die. So what's Peter doing right here? He's reminding us that the same way Yahweh Shai went and died, the same zeal he had to go hop on that cross, even though it didn't feel good, that's the same zeal you're supposed to have towards getting yourself right. Read verse 22.
Seeing ye have purified your souls.
So watch this. Read verse 18 one more time.
For as much as ye know that ye were not redeemed with corruptible things.
Go ahead.
As silver and gold.
Go ahead.
From your vain conversation.
Go ahead.
Received by tradition from your fathers.
Read 22.
Seeing ye have purified your souls.
Right. So as much as you know you were not redeemed with corruptible things, seeing you have purified your souls. Go ahead.
In obeying the truth.
Go ahead.
Through the Spirit. Unto unfeigned love of the brethren.
What does it mean by unfeigned? What does feigned mean when something is feigned?
Feigned usually means like fake, hidden,
right,
obscured.
Obscured, fake, hidden. It can change at any moment.
Yeah.
Right? It's a facade. It looks like the mosaic glass in the churches. Like you can't really make it out. Like what's that?
Right.
Wait a minute. It's hidden in obscurity.
Unintentional.
Unintentional. Right?
Counterfeit.
Counterfeit.
Yeah.
You see how y'all using these synonyms? Synonyms?
Yeah.
Synonyms. Right?
Don't worry,
Synonyms to bring these words to life. But that's what you got to do when you study. Right? But think about it. He's saying you purified yourselves to not be fake.
Yeah.
To not be easily changed. To not be hidden. But he's saying that if Yahweh Shai was a thing that was supposed to redeem you, and we can look at the way he was zealous to redeem us. He said he laid down his life. He laid it down. No one took it. That's a zeal in itself. I'm gonna go do this. A dedication. So if he laid down his life for you, you're supposed to lay down your life for you. Does that make sense? Meaning, kill the old man, right? So that new man could emerge like the phoenix from the ashes. Right? Or whatever a phoenix does. Right? Right? Huh?
They're always yelling.
Yeah, they're always screaming, right? They're letting you know they're there. I've arisen.
Right.
Right? I've arose. Right? But just think about it. This is a powerful scripture because it's trying to put you in this mind of zeal and how if you put your zeal in the right place, it won't be wrong. It won't be misguided. Right? So first you can't be fake. You gotta be real about the situation. You gotta be real about the things that are being done towards you. You gotta be real about where you're at, what you've agreed to, what you've agreed to accomplish. You gotta be real about your goals. You gotta be real about your hang-ups. Go ahead.
Seeing that ye love one another.
What? Go ahead.
With a pure heart.
Right?
Fervently.
Fervently. Intense. Right? Or what? zealously. So the scripture is putting us in that mind to how we're supposed to deal with each other. So I pose the question, right? The question is, do I move with fervor, right? Or with fervency? That's a rhetorical. Now, next point. Is my zeal growing or diminishing? And this is important because no matter how long you've been here, right? No matter how long you've been here, this question is very valid. You got brothers that have been here almost a year. You got brothers that have been here 5. You got brothers that have been here 13. You got brothers that have been here 20. You got brothers that have been here 8, 10. It's all different time frames. Sisters too, right? But the question still stands. At where I'm at in my tenure, does my zeal match? Or am I jaded after a year? Ooh. Am I on autopilot after a year? Have I lost my vigor for the word? Right? Somebody look up vigor real quick. Because that's another word we're throwing out, but it's good to define it. Because it might bring a little bit of another wrinkle in the class.
Vigor. Strength of mind.
Oh, see? Okay, so is my mind, is my mind at the time now, at my tenure, is my mind weaker than when I came in? Or is it stronger than when I came in? Go ahead.
Intellectual force.
Hey, calm down with the waters, bro. Go ahead. Intellectual what?
Force.
Am I intellectually strong? Do I rely on my intellect? Or better yet, because it's not about my intellect, do I rely on the intellect of the Bible and of the intellectually strong men and women around me? If my intellect is sound enough to know, you know what? I should counsel. Right? No matter what level I'm on, I need to talk. Right? In the multitude of counselors, there's safety. Or am I intellectually weak after 5 years, still like, I don't need them brothers to be knowing my business. you know, I got it.
I'll come back around once I get it clean.
Yeah, I can handle it.
Wow.
Am I? Because what does that show? That shows an intellectual weakness, right? That shows a mental deficiency. Read.
Energy.
Okay, energy, right? Go ahead.
Efficiency.
Yeah, what, am I efficient? Am I less efficient than a year ago, or am I learning to be more efficient? Because you know what this is going to show you? This is going to show you, is the Bible working for me, right? And it may be working in some instances, but why is it not working in all around instances? Yeah, I might be able to get my rib in order. I know all the rib scriptures, right? I got the rib concordance down, right? Yeah, that's tatted into my brain, right? I got that, right? If there's one thing I memorized, 1 Peter's, Timothy's, Titus, right? Aged women, right? Sis, obey your husband, submit, right? Shemai, 2 Hebrew words.
Yeah.
Your name and Shemai.
Yeah.
And you might throw a shaquat in there also. Be quiet, listen, and then your Hebrew name. Be quiet, listen to my Hebrew name. Right? That's the extent of your Hebrew. Right. Shemai says, shaquat to your husband. Right. I'm your out of one. Yeah. Right? You got all those things down, but okay, what about the other facets of life? Right? And it's important. But it shows your vigor for the word, your appetite, your energy towards the word. Right? Like they say, I don't like your energy. Right? What energy are you giving back towards the word, towards the body, towards your development? Right? Or do you just got not the energy at all? Because that's an energy. Yeah. I'm depleted. But how? How can you be depleted after 6 months, 9 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, right? when you got brothers 30 years deep,
Right.
still pushing, still trying to do everything they can to keep their bodies on point, their minds on point. Done seen so much things in this truth, right? So many ups and so many downs, so many, oh, we so close, right? This is it, brethren,
Yeah.
right? So, how many times, man, you see something on the news, you're like, oh, Jesus,
Yeah.
this is it. It's nearer than we know. And then a year go by and you look back, you're like, oh, dang, that wasn't it. Still here, doing what? The same thing, but still keeping that zeal, still keeping that vigor, still keeping that appetite, still keeping that energy. You know what type of mind you have to know as much as some brothers know and still be looking for more? And not like more like, let me dive deep into the catacombs of knowledge and get lost and read the Bible, right? But the more is still going over the basics, like getting those down pat. Let me go over my Deuteronomy breakdown. You know how many times I go over certain things that I'm like, that's basic. But I'm like, you know what? Let's challenge myself. Let me see if I can memorize. Let me see this. Let me see that. Because if it's so basic, I should have it, right? Right. You know what type of appetite you gotta have? You know what type of vigor you gotta have I use myself, the type of schedule that I have, that Kazakia has, that Zion has, the type of freedom. Brother, if you want to have freedom, right? I want to be free. I like y'all and just, you know what I'm saying? Run the camp. Oh. First of all, let me hand you this. I hand you this right here. And if it don't explode your brain in the first week, then you might be able to keep going. But let me hand you the phone real quick, and then you're gonna field all these calls, all these texts, all these emails, all these counsels, right? While still dealing with your rib, because she's on the phone too. Your kids are on the phone too. Group text, Dad, right? Let's see if you really want to run it. Let's see if you have the intellectual strength, right? The mental strength, the vigor. Let's see if you have the appetite after a week. Because, you know, cat's appetites, that's part of zeal. It's an appetite, right? Cat's appetites be changing. Yeah. It's like, man, I want that. I'm ready to bite. I'm ready to bite that off and devour. And then you like, go ahead. They take one bite and they're like, oh my God, it's so bitter. Wait a minute, I'm full. I'm good. Like, come on, you ready to eat? Nah, I ain't gonna appetite now.
Yeah, y'all didn't tell me it was gonna taste like
Yeah,
that.
you didn't say that it was gonna burn a hole in the guts.
Oh, man.
You didn't say that I was gonna get ulcers. Golly, they got ulcers, irritable bowel syndrome, leaky gut. You didn't tell me it was gonna do all that to me. Well, guess what? You gotta get your appetite right. You bit off more than you could chew. Right? So imagine that you gotta keep the same vigor and zeal for 20 years, 30 years, but really it should grow. It shouldn't be the same as yesterday. There should be something continuously catapulting you, right, to the next level of your zeal, of your vigor, of your dedication. There should be, every time you see something, that should be a stamp, right? That's stamping your faith. That's pushing you and saying, you know what? I got to be more down for the Most High. I got to be more dedicated. Every time I see just foolishness, I'm just like, man, Con, I get it. Locking more in, locking it more down, tightening those screws, right? But some brothers, some sisters, it's the opposite. It's like the worse it gets in this world, the less they trying to hold on.
Right.
The more they become zealous for other things, the more their zeal for the word diminishes, and the more they get zealous for the world itself. Right? So is my zeal growing or diminishing? Go to Revelations 13. Revelations 3:15. And this ain't got a lot of scripture. I got a lot of scriptures, man. We're gonna finish this right at 9, trust me. Right? Because I didn't want to just go crazy with the word zeal all day. But we gotta understand, is my zeal growing? And these are reminders, right? What does he say in so many words about your zeal here? Read.
Revelation chapter 3, verse 15.
Go ahead.
I know thy works,
Come on.
that thou art neither cold
Right.
nor hot.
Right. So a person's works, and you're like, oh man, he ain't on fire, but he ain't totally dead either. He's riding the middle. He riding the fence. Now, if you was getting work done at your house, and you had the option to pick 3 people, and one of the contractors was a cat that you look at his work, it wasn't dope, but it wasn't terrible. But then you had the cat, his work was dope. You're like, oh snap, this dude is crazy with it. Then you had the other cat where his work is trash. Every minute they calling him back to fix something. The tiles is cracking. He put leaks in your walls. You like, he painting, the paint's off. You're like, wait a minute, what the hell? Who you gonna pick? The cat that's in the middle where his work is like, so-so? The cat whose work is terrible? Or the cat whose work is like, I want to live in that house? Who you picking? You picking this guy,
Yeah.
right? You're definitely gonna pick the guy whose work is dope.
Yes.
Now the nigga that's not dope, what you gonna say to him? What?
He can improve. Like, that's my mind is towards it. He's terrible, right?
But he can improve.
But he can improve.
But you know that he's terrible.
Right.
But what about the cat in the middle? You can't determine what he is.
Right. Yeah.
Because why? Is it that he can't go left or right? Why did Yahweh Shai have a problem with the man in the middle? Or the man that rode the fence?
What comes to my mind is the fact that he could have done more. Like, if you're just riding the fence, just kind of at a certain level, plateauing.
Right? He could have done more or less.
Right.
Really, it was make a decision.
Right. Choose
What you're gonna. Thank you.
Yeah.
Go, right.
Yes, I was thinking, like, I don't know if I should bless you or curse you.
Right.
What should I do?
But I can't do anything with you because you're not showing me either which way.
Right.
Right? It's about either be good or be terrible. Right? But at least choose one.
Right.
Right? So really, what is that? That's like complacency. Right? But it's a misplaced zeal that, well, I'm doing it. Oh, those are the worst people. But I'm here. Y'all should be lucky I'm just here. What? But you've been a hair person for the last 8 years. You a hair person, you just, that's it, you just here. Now, the question is, what are you here for? Because that becomes very dangerous. Because now it goes off of intent. Because if you're not here to do good, then you're here to do what?
Bad.
If you're not here to, then you're here to what?
Destroy.
If you're not here to exhort and build up and add, you're here to what?
Diminish.
And take away. If you're not here to be used, you're here to what?
Be a user.
Right. See, so your intent is going to be shown. That's the problem with a man that rides the fence, though. It's like, what's this nigga's intention?
Right.
What do you intend to do? What you here for? But then you know what it usually turns into? Those are the ones you get the reports on that they just doing all types of evil. They doing sneaky stuff. Right? They run around with women on the low. Right? Why is that perked up like that? Oh yeah, come on, bro. We in the real world, man. Come on, this ain't church. And if they do it in church, you know, Israelites is doing it. So when he's proposed with evil, or what is he gonna do? Well, I'll take evil for 300, Alex. You're like, damn, bro, that's what you was here for? That's what you was here for? To do negative? To be sneaky, to be deceptive? That's why Yahweh Shai had a problem with it. Because I can't determine what you're about. Right? From there, go to Jeremiah 48:10. And I'm going to read this in another translation. He's going to read it in KJV. I'm going to read it in the ESV. Read Jeremiah 48 and verse 10.
Jeremiah chapter 48 and verse 10.
Go ahead.
Cursed be he that doeth the work of the Lord deceitfully.
Go ahead.
And cursed be he that keepeth back his sword from blood.
Damn, bro. Imagine if David didn't go out and do the work that he was supposed to do. 200 foreskins. You know what? I'll get 400. But what if he went and was like, you know, I couldn't just be out there killing these cats like that, Lord. You know.
Didn't I kill enough? Like,
Because, man, bruh, I'm trying to do other things. Right, but let's deal with the first part. Cursed be he that doeth the work of the Lord deceitfully. Now, I'm going to read this in a different translation real quick. This is Jeremiah 48:10 in the ESV, right? Cursed is he who does the work of the Lord with slackness. And cursed is he who keeps back his sword from bloodshed. So what is it showing about the slackness and the sword? It's showing that you're not doing what's necessary for the. There's a time to kill. There's a time to heal. There's a time to laugh. There's a time to cry. There's a time to sing. There's a time to dance. Well, I need you to go kill Saul. Oh, well, you know what I'm saying? He wanted to worship you, Lord. Oh, well, now you're cursed.
right.
Oh, go kill all the Canaanites, wipe them out. Oh, well, you know, we made a covenant with them because they tricked us. Oh, well, guess what? Now they're going to be a thorn in your side all the way till now.
Yeah.
3,000 years later, you niggas are going to be dealing with them. Right? You didn't kill the Amalekites, they're going to be a thorn in your side until now. Thousands of years later, they're a problem for us. Canaan and damn Esau, man, has been the thorn in our side. Because Esau hates you, and them damn Canaanites are trying to be like you. Right? They just can't really, you know, they swag, don't really. You know, when they pull up to the mall and they be having like on the sweats.
Yeah.
Right, with the U.S. polo thing, right? And it's kind of like, well, why you got on sweatpants with a polo shirt?
Yeah, okay.
With soccer cleats? It's like, oh, okay, you thought that's how Jews roll, right? It's like you got all that on with a damn Kango. It's like, and they talk about, what up, homie? And you're like, oh no, you stuck. You stuck. You stuck, man. And then, what do you say that? Yeah. Socks is kind of, yeah. What do you say that the S curl don't quite S?
Yeah.
It's like a C curl, and you're like, oh, I get it. You didn't have the right activator to get that right, because you got to be a Judite to know how to get that S curl at that time. Curl.
Yeah.
But if you was a Canaanite, it would just S.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because the texture of the head. Okay, now I'm getting racist. I'm getting ignorant up in here, right? But that's the point. Cursed is the man, right? And we were cursed because of these things. But think about it. It says that cursed be the man that does the work of the Lord with slackness. Meaning, what's another word like slack? Autopilot. I'm just here. You know. You know. Brothers told me to hold post, so I'm just gonna hold post.
Right.
I mean, damn, you not trying to aspire to like be a reader, or you know, just here watching street speakings. Well, you're not gonna try to aspire to build your own street teachers and be a teacher. I'm just here to learn, just here to congregate. Like, huh? Wait, so where's your zeal? Where's your vigor? Right? To increase. Where's your dedication? Where's the going the extra mile? But see, these people in this mind, the curse is this, that I'm trying and I'm just spinning my wheels in the mud. I'm spinning my wheels in the, like I hear the car moving. The Hemi is like, I ain't going nowhere. And then they say what? Oh, this car sucks. No, it's you that sucks. Because you're trying to drive a Hemi in the mud. It's you that sucks because you don't realize that you're stuck in the mud. You just kicking up dust, right? You just smoking out them tires. There's no forward momentum, right? There's no movement. It's all predicated on what? Well, I really don't want to move. I really don't want to have forward progress. I just kind of wanted to settle in, you know, because that seat right there, That's my seat right there. Right? When I came, my seat was right there where Abishai was. That was my seat in the other school. But I was looking at these seats. I was like, oh no, see, it's comfortable right here, but them joints up there look way more comfy. Right? I want to see what that feel like. And I would cap on myself. When brothers ain't looking, I'm on the podium sitting, acting like a read. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Right? You know how, you cap, right? You act like you.
You know what I want.
Yeah, like you about to teach something. And the brothers come in and you hop off like, oh, I was just cleaning up.
I was getting the cold ready.
Yeah, I was getting the cold ready. Like I was getting the reading ready. What you doing up there, bro? Oh, no. I was just, you know what I'm saying, making sure it was clean. But in my mind, I'm like, nah, I'm making sure that it's going to be space up here for me. Because my forward mind, my momentum is going to carry me there. My vigor, right? My dedication, my love, right? All these different synonyms that we pulled, that's going to propel me into them seats. You see that? But that's how everybody's mind should be positioned, right? There should be, I'm going to be propelled here through my zeal, right? Go from there. I'm going to go to Amos 6:1, and I'm going to read another scripture in the ESV. Go to Amos 6:1. Read that.
Amos chapter 6, verse 1. Woe to them that are at ease in Zion.
Woe to them that are what?
At ease in Zion.
Yeah, he said destruction to them that are at ease. You want it easy. Zeal don't equal easy. Because zeal is something that you have to display daily. And guess what? Some of us are not enthusiastic. But guess what you got to do? You got to make yourself enthusiastic. Right? It's like, again, if I'm teaching a brother, he never met me, he never knew me, I'm doing flyers and I'm teaching somebody, I'm just like, yeah, nigga, and go ahead and get Deuteronomy 28:15 out. And I'm just like looking over I'm like on my phone, like, yeah, and then the Instagram is going, right? And the TikTok's going, and I'm like, yeah, read that. Oh, my bad, read that again. And then I'm looking at TikTok, but I'm trying to teach the brother. He's gonna be like, wait a minute, I don't want to be a part of this. I don't want to be down with this because you don't believe it, right? You don't believe it. Like they tell you, like the best salesmen are the best because they believe in the product, right? They can teach the product and they got a zeal for the product. Now I'm a whack salesman, right? Compared to some, I'm very whack, but the product knowledge and the zeal for the product is where I was able to deal with people, right? Like, look, bro, this is it right here. Ain't nothing better, right? And I'd be able to chop it up, bring it back, flip it, twist it, turn it, this, that, right? And have a zeal for what it is I was selling, right? And people would be like, man, you're very knowledgeable and man, you know your stuff. But why? I dedicated myself to studying the art of the apothecary, right? I learned about oils. I learned about fragrances. I can tell you about colognes. I can tell you how they're made, what's in them, what's not in them, what you thought you knew, what you didn't know, right? Why? Because I wanted to show, in being able to display product knowledge, I wanted to show my love and care for what I did, right? So I might have not been the best salesman, but I could give you the product, and then you had to deal with the product. You see that? You have to deal with the product, and now that you know all about the product, you can say, oh, well, dang, I got to wrestle with my product versus his product. Well, his product is more superior based on what he told me, right? That's what made me halfway decent. I didn't slack off in the mall, in my studies, right? And that's the thing. Now, again, where does the destruction come? When you tell yourself that you don't have to push to the next level. That's where we get destroyed. Amos 6:1. Oh, or woe to them that are at ease. I just want to take it easy. Right? I'm gonna read this Zephaniah. I'm gonna read Zephaniah 1 verse 12 in the ESV. Somebody get it in the scriptures, in the KJV for me. There's a reason why I'm getting it here. It just changes a few words, but it makes it a little bit more plain. And it uses a word that's very important. Read.
Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 12.
Come on.
And it shall come to pass
Right.
at that time
Right.
that I will search Jerusalem
Right. He said, I'm going to search Jerusalem. Go ahead.
with candles
I'm going to go through the night with candles. I'm going to light everything up. Go ahead.
and punish
Read.
the men that are settled on their lees.
Right. Settled on their lees or, man, I'm just on the couch chilling. Man, what you doing? Was at the crib kicking it. But you're not supposed to be at the crib kicking it. You're supposed to be at the crib studying. Right? So I'm going to read this in the ESV, Zephaniah 1:12. At that time, I will search Jerusalem with lamps. Again, illuminating, right? Bringing things to the light. And I will punish the men who are complacent.
Ooh, snap.
Those who say in their hearts, the Lord will not do good, nor will he do ill. So think it goes right back to the Revelations, where he said, I got a problem with you because you're neither hot or cold. You're like, up, down the middle. It ain't going to be this or it ain't going to be that. It's just whatever. See that? Somebody look up the word complacent. And then somebody get me Matthew 13 and verse 20. Read.
Complacent.
What you got? Complacent. Anybody? Bueller? What you got?
A feeling of smug or uncritical satisfaction with oneself.
So a feeling of being smug towards something. Meaning what? I can just blow that off. It don't matter either way, right? It's smug. Hey, listen, the Lord is coming. Repent, right? Do good work. Blow you off. I'm smug. What else did it say? It said smug. What else did it say?
Smug or uncritical satisfaction.
Satisfaction? Uncritical satisfaction. What else?
With oneself or one's achievement.
Right. There's no critical satisfaction. I'm not critically looking at things, but I'm still satisfied. Like, man, I'm good. Yeah, it'll be all right. But I'm not really looking at things critically. You got something, Yashikar? No? Where we at? Matthews?
The book of Matthew, chapter 13, verse 20.
So he said, woe to them that are complacent. He's going to search them out and take them out. Why? Because they're not critical about anything. There's no vigor, right? No intellectual or mental strength in that one. There's no zeal to attain. There's no dedication to anything. It is what it is. The Most High ain't going to do good or bad, whatever. It just, whatever. It's almost like, you know what? A person does some wickedness, and it's like, I just let the Most High check me in. Whew, that right there sends chills down the bone. Because you like, oh, wow, why are you so complacent with your judgment? Why are you so complacent? Why is there no critical thinking on you to know that letting the Most High deal with you is the worst thing ever? Right. It's the worst thing ever. Because it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. It ain't going to feel good. Right? And a lot of the times, those people, they come back like, damn, you were right. You know, I wasn't thinking. Yeah, because you weren't being critical. Right? You wanted to be at ease. You wanted leisure. You didn't want to push yourself. You didn't want to dedicate to even what you were being told at that time. Right? Does somebody have their hand up? Yeah.
I have a precept just on what you're talking about, just like being complacent, but it's in Matthew chapter 21, verse, straight to the point, verse 37. Okay. It says, but last of all, he said to his son, saying, they will reverence my son. But when they saw the son, they said among themselves, this is the heir. Come, let us kill him. Right. And let us seize on his inheritance. Like just not having reverence, respect, no seriousness. No seriousness, right? Oh, yeah, we know who he is, but that don't matter. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, brother. Concert. The water for the council line.
Good talk.
Good talk. Yeah, you might as well say good talk. Good talk. Cool story, Hanson. Remember that? Remember that in who movie was that? Was that with Ben Stiller when he was the model?
Oh,
That Zoolander, he's like, cool story, Hanson.
Yeah.
Brothers might as well say that to us. Like when we give them the scriptures, and sisters, they might as well just say, cool story, bro. And because that's that complacency that be on some of us. There ain't no zeal for, you know what? Tell me what's wrong. I gotta get it right. Nobody's zealous for that. I'm zealous to run away from what you about to tell me. I'm zealous to hide myself. You know what? I'm sick. I got this, I got that, my body, my da. I'm gonna have all the zeal to not be around. Because I ain't trying to hear that. Right? Go to Matthew 13:20.
The book of Matthew, chapter 13, verse 20.
No, listen, this has been a good class. Ain't nobody yelling and screaming. Don't start that, Shabbat. Don't start looking at me like, turn up. Because y'all know how you do. The quiet.
I know. They gave me the wrong name. It was the opposite name.
This cat be looking at
call
me
the
like
big guy like Tiny.
He be like, he looks at me like, all right, there's not enough zeal coming from you. Go in. Like, oh, so I got to turn up. But I'm trying to warn him, right? Because he's like a lamb in disguise. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Verse 20.
I'm up here clowning, man. Come on. Go ahead. Matthew 13:20.
But he that received the seed
Right?
into stony places.
So this is talking about the parable of the seed and the sower. We know there's three category of man, right? So it's going to deal with this category, this complacent. And this is the thing. The thing is, do I fit these things? Right now, today, in my tenure, in my time, as a Hebrew Yisraelite, gangster disciple for Yah, right? Crip walking Israelite thug, right? Crip walking in my fringes.
Fringe walk.
Right? Fringe walking. Right? Do I fit this? Like, if I'm being honest with myself, is this me right now? Can I say something? If it is, it's okay. If it is, it's okay. You know why? Because it's fixable. Right? Great. Isn't it not? You can fix it. You can reevaluate, go back to the drawing board and say, okay, well, where did this start? How did it happen? Oh, I got it. I was going through this trial. I was going through this tribulation. I was going through this battle. I got caught in my day-to-day, and I lost how I was supposed to keep going through my day-to-day. Whatsoever is brought upon me, take it, what?
Take cheerfully.
Disgruntled?
Cheerfully.
Upset?
Cheerfully.
Be complacent?
Cheerfully.
Whatever the Most High want to do.
Cheerfully.
He said take it cheerfully. Right? So read that for me.
But he that received the seed into stony places,
Right?
the same is he that heareth the word
Go ahead.
and is learned with joy.
Right, because this is what happens with complacency. At first you hear it, you're like, oh, bro, you screaming from the rafters, you want to convert everyone, you want to proselytize your whole family, you want to turn them into mini yous. You going through you sifting through the lanes like, who can I teach? Right? You purposely walking through the house, garments on, reminding everybody, I got my headband on. You driving like, I want somebody to ask. I'm ready. I got my 4 precepts. I'm ready. I got half of the color of Christ breakdown and a little bit of who Christ came for. And I am ready. The first thing that I run, another Jehovah's Witness. You stand outside on Sunday waiting for the Jehovah's Witnesses, like, y'all, look. Right? You got lemonade, you got everything waiting for them. Jehovah's Witnesses welcome. You got 3 precepts. This is your first couple of weeks in, and then guess what happens? You a nun with joy. You're like, Barakatah, how about you? You answer my prayers. Jesus.
Jesus.
Right? You got all the prayers. You trying to tattoo things on your body. It's like, no tattoos. You like, but I gotta remember this. Can I just like put a little bit of a, you trying to wear a forearm like the football players? You got the plays on all the scriptures on your forearm. You like, damn.
Wow, dang.
You in there.
That's kind of dope, though.
Yeah, you walk around like Russell Wilson with the forearm scriptures. First thing that say something. Matthew.
Man, trying to run back to the church.
Yeah. Like, let me, like, man, I'm about to go, man, listen. I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna pull up to church on Sunday. Hey, you go to church, huh? Cause my blood is because my sword is dry. I gotta go wet my sword. Right? But it's like, you ain't got no sword. You got like a toothpick. Like, just calm down, right? But you don't kill that man's zeal. Because that's zeal. You don't kill that. You're like, come. Right? And you like, okay, but before you go to war, just think about this, right? And you're like, get it, we ain't trying to quench that fire, but remember, it gotta be a right type of mind state, because then you're gonna do more damage, right? Let me just finish this, I know you got something to say. Go ahead, read on.
And now with joy, receive it.
Go ahead, and you receive it. You receive the word with joy, with gladness. What's up?
Just the definition for a none.
Right.
Quickly.
You quickly, right? You like, oh, hell yeah. You like, man, I believe that. Like, but no, don't say that. No, you convinced me.
Right.
No, brother, this is the word of the Lord. Right? My spirit feels it. And you hype, you believe it quickly. Right? Like, dang, you ain't gonna go study that. You take every word, like, the brother said it. So, and it's like, no, brother, that's what you did in church. And remember, that's why you're not there no more. Right? No, sis, you can't just take every word for it. Go ahead and study that. Go ahead.
Without.
Go ahead.
Yeah, hath he not?
No. I'm on one. What? Not I'm on. My gun. What else you got?
Without intermission.
Right. Oh, you what? Oh my God! Why are you doing this? See, watch, because the next. That's perfect though. You received the word. What you doing, bro? Been studying. I got 1,000 questions. Damn, brother. 1,000? Yeah, because I was reading in Matthew's, and then what happened was I jumped from I read the whole book of Matthew's in 5 minutes, and I jumped over to Genesis, and somehow I was able to stomach that in 10 minutes, and I got the whole book of Ezekiel down. I was studying Our Father prayer. I did my whole soldier's test. I'm halfway through the officer's test. Like, wait, who gave you the test? Wait, I know all the Hebrew. I know all the names. I know it all out, but I got mad questions. Okay, what's your first question? And then you like, okay, and then you like, wait, okay, hold on, brother. Milk. Right. Don't try to bite off too much. No, I need this. No, brother. I threw the TV out the window. I ripped all the electricity out the walls. Right? I cut my cable off. Ain't no Wi-Fi. Nothing. You went gun-ho. No, it said no intermission. My family ain't wicked. They've been calling me to come to Christmas. I ain't doing that. No better. They know what I'm about. They don't know what you're about. Got the Bible yesterday. But in your mind, like, I am not going to die for Christ. Yeah. Die for Christ. But no, you ain't gonna die for Christ. Just live for him. He died already. Remember, Peter's told us that he gave the sacrifice with his precious blood. And all you gotta do is clean yourself up in that same pattern, but not die. Right? But in your mind, you're like, oh no, I gotta live, sleep, breathe. Rib? What rib? Bible says, be as though you have none, brother. Children? What children? Right? You just like, you like, and you cut everybody. Because the Bible said that. I gave myself to the Lord. And it's like, yeah, but you still gotta do what you're You still gotta be balanced is the point, right? But brothers be gun-ho, right? Fringes all the way down to their knees. Fringes on their sleeve. They got the collar fringe like the Wakanda chain. It's like you got the frames. Like, what's the heck? Oh, those are the fringes. Those are new style.
I got seed along.
Yeah. Wow. I gotta keep them as frontlets. Right? You got fringes hanging from your glasses. Like, brother, what is that? The Bible says like frontlets.
You look like a golden girl.
What the hell? You look like Elton John. No, those are law glasses.
Law glasses.
Right? Those are law glasses, right? And you literally go hard as hell with no break, no intermission, with joy, right? With joy. There's another one. I need to go here. Go to Hebrews real quick. I gotta find this. Call to remembrance. Right. See, my man. It's in Hebrews. Let's see if I can not cap on myself. James. I gotta get this one because it's important. Yeah, call to remembrance when you were first enlightened. It's in the later Hebrew chapters, if I'm not mistaken. There it is. Hebrews 10:32. Read that. Hebrews chapter 10, verse 32.
Hebrews chapter 10, verse 32.
Come on.
But call to remembrance
Right.
the former days,
Right.
in which, after you were illuminated.
Yeah, when that light bulb went off and it was like, ding, Christ is black, the apostles are black, Israel is black, I'm chosen. He said, call to remembrance those days when you were illuminated, when things started to make sense to you. Read.
Ye endured a great fight of affliction.
See that? You went through all the affliction. You were none with joy. Suffering for Christ's sake. Everything was Barakatah Yahweh. Everything was praise ye Lord. Hallelujah. Right? You was happy. Go ahead.
Partly, whilst ye were made a gazing
I
stock.
said that you were made a gazing stock. Nigga looking at you like, man, you mad. Man, you crazy. What the hell you got on? You got them things hanging from your shirt. What the hell are you talking about? The Jews are black. They're looking at you like, people just gazing off at you like, wait a minute, why you ain't shaved in 6 months? Like, bruh.
You doing bad.
Yeah, like, bruh, that nigga look like he roughing it.
Yeah.
Like, damn. Like, they got you over there looking rough, brother.
That's what they about.
Yeah, that's what they are?
Jam
Damn.
it up.
Why she always got a dress on? And they just looking like, and then you look at them, you like, like, you good? Oh, just, because you ain't shaved in a minute.
Yeah.
Damn, bro, like, what Bible is that? Right? Where's that in the Bible? Go ahead.
And afflictions.
And afflictions. Right? You went through the afflictions. Go ahead.
Made a gazing stock both by reproaches and afflictions.
Come on.
And partly, whilst ye became companions of them that were so used.
Right. And you were happy to become the companions of the brethren that were teaching you. You see that? You were happy to become, to rub shoulders and now be contemporary with brothers that's actually teaching you something. Right? You are none with joy. Go back to Matthew's.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Verse 21. Matthew chapter 13, verse 21.
Go ahead.
Yet hath he not root in himself.
But even though you were none with joy, you had no breaks, guess what you didn't do? You didn't get a foundation. You didn't allow what you were taking in to root. You know why? Because you got complacent at a time. You went so gun-ho. You went so gun-ho, but then your candle, it's like a candle in the wind. It just, like, damn, that was short-lived. Wait a minute. Brother came in zealous, zeal, on fire for the Most High, on fire for the work, for the brethren. And then 2 years later, it's like, wait a minute, hold up. The brother don't even want to read. He, like, damn, where's he at? Oh, he's still, oh, damn. He's still around? Okay. Like, what is he here doing? Right? What does he want to do? What is he, like, you know, when, this is a scary thing, when brothers question what you want to do, you should be scared. Like, okay, because we always want brothers and sisters to grow, right? And to succeed and to be able to take this book, apply it to their life and be successful. Be able to deal with their husbands the proper way, their children, their relationships as a whole. But then also to remove things out of their spirit and add the proper things to their spirit, right? That's what we want. And then we know that once that happens, then the sky is the limit, right? But when you sit back and you're like, wait a minute, so are they here to take things out of their spirit or just keep those things in their spirit and gloss over them? That's scary because then you don't know. It's almost like in Revelations 3, where it's like, well, you ain't lukewarm, you ain't hot or cold. You just kind of going through the motions. You just kind of lukewarm, right? It's like, oh, well, I'm going to take a little bit of that. I'm going to take this out, but I'm going to replace it with this. But it's like, wait a minute, it's the same evil, right? Or I'm going to take one step forward, then take one step back. I'm going to take 2 steps forward, I'm going to take 2 steps back, and it's like, whoa, hold up. Wait a minute here. Why are you taking steps just to be back where you were? See, that's a scary thing. That's a scary thing for me to see because I'm like, oh no, wait a minute. Are we square dancing or what are we doing? Right? But you all online in class, in Rochester, in VA, San Antonio, the brothers that are struggling, sisters that are struggling with this movement but not being productive in your movement, you got to sit back again and reevaluate. Why has the word not taken root in me so that I can in turn set roots in a foundation of the word? It goes hand in hand. The word goes in you, it enlightens you, right? It sets roots in you, and then you're in turn supposed to root yourself back in the word, and it's this never-ending cycle, and it's supposed to replenish you and make those roots go deeper. The deeper you get in the word, the deeper your roots go, and then again the possibilities are you become limitless, right? Read on.
For when tribulation,
right,
or persecution ariseth,
right,
because of the word, by and by he is offended.
Wait, he's more zealous?
By and by he is offended.
No, his love, it grows.
Offended.
Yeah, see, no, he gets dedicated.
Offended.
See, no. The Bible is telling you that when offenses and persecutions and those things come, the person that's not rooted in the word or rooted in themselves and what they want to dedicate to, no zeal, no enthusiasm, no dedication, no love, what were some other words? No vigor, mental fortitude, right? No eagerness. See, no, I'm not eager to go. I don't want to go through this. But who's really eager to go through things? But guess what? You almost kind of have to set your mind to be eager to go through what the Most High wants you to go through. So that now when you do go through it, you're like, oh, it wasn't that bad. I'm already anticipating. So when it does come, I wasn't caught off guard. Right? So so ask yourself, am I those scriptures? Right? Am I the Amos 6:1? Woe to him that is at ease. Woe to her that is at. Am I the Amos 6:1, the Zechariah 12 and 1 and 12? Just at ease. Jeremiah, is doing things haphazardly, doing things slackness, right? Or I could be this guy. Go to Acts 17. Let's go to Acts 17:11. Let's you know what I'm saying? It's all friendship here. It's all brotherhood here. It's all love.
Camaraderie.
Right? I am eager to get to these scriptures because I want everyone to be this. Read, right? Acts 17:11.
The book of Acts, chapter 17, verse 11.
Come on.
These were more noble than those in Thessalonica.
Right. What made them noble? Am I attaining to be a noble man, a noble woman? And what makes one noble? Read.
In that they received the word with all readiness of mind.
I am none with joy. I am none with joy. I got the word. Right? Go ahead.
And search.
Wait, but then I didn't just none with joy and then just was joyful. Christ is black. Hallelujah. Amen. And then back to life. It said they received the word, readiness of mind, but then after they received, they searched what they received. They looked for flaws. They looked how they can improve, how they can add, how it can benefit, how it's going to work. Go ahead.
And search the scripture daily.
Sometimes.
Daily.
Well, does Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday count?
Daily.
And sometimes Sunday?
Daily.
Right. Well, I'm going to, daily, it's a little bit too much. It's all 7 days, brother. Damn. All 7 days? I got to do that? Yeah. Yeah, because that shows the eagerness to attain. It shows the dedication to the word, right? It shows your love of the word. It shows if you're not a vigorous person, you're trying to attain that vigor, that mental soundness, that intellectual insight that the scriptures bring. It shows your zeal, right? It shows your true zeal. What?
It's like, on the aspect of 7 days you gotta study.
Right.
It's like, aren't you in a battle 7 days? every day is a battle.
But not for everybody, because they don't get it that they are, right? But they think that like Satan takes a break sometimes.
Right.
Like, oh, because it's Sunday and it's football, Satan, he ain't. Yeah, he chilling. Like, he's a Raiders fan. Or he might be a Cowboy fan.
Nah.
Right? Satan's a Cowboy fan. Or he might be a Cowboy rival. That's why y'all can't win nothing. What?
But that's the thing.
Read.
It's like we should understand we're in a battle every day, right?
We should what?
We should understand that we're in a battle every day.
Right.
So shouldn't we use the strategy, or shouldn't we have the sword with us every day? So shouldn't we read, study, actually know how to use the sword?
Well, I do have my sword with me. It's sheathed.
But that's why you got to use.
I'm at ease right now because, bruh, that sword's heavy. Like, come on, 7 days a week. That's obsessive. That's excessive. 7 every day. So listen, I was thinking more like an 8 to 5, Monday through Friday type of thing. You got something for that? I was thinking that maybe if you gave me a time clock and a punch card, so that way I could punch in.
Being an Israelite,
I could punch into Israelite isms, and then I could punch out, and then that way when I'm punched out, y'all can't call me.
Right.
Y'all can't talk to me about the Bible. Y'all can't say biblical things to me. I can't have biblical thoughts.
Right.
Because I punched out. So
that's overtime. That's overtime.
Yeah. Hey, y'all gonna pay me for my time? Yeah, I'm off. He said it. I'm off. Right? I'm making it funny. We're making it funny, but that's the mind state. Brothers and sisters think they can punch out of this thing. And your zeal is gonna be a punch clock zeal. It's gonna be 1 minute is up here, the next minute it's all the way in the floor. And when you need it, you can't find it. Because that zeal done quit. Your zeal quit on you. Right? Your zeal is only gonna be how much you put in. So if you're an 8 to 5er, then your zeal is gonna match 8 to 5. Or I got part-time zeal. I got part-time dedication. I'm a part-time lover. I got part-time love, right? Part-time devotion, part-time vigor. So you mean to tell me like you're part-time intellectually strong? So the other part, you weak as hell? But yes, you know why? Because I'm gonna show you. And how you know? Because the product of brothers and sisters' actions is weak. Right? I'm gonna be strong as hell in class when I read. Read out. And you sound like, oh boy, this is Sparta. Right? You kicking Philistines down the well with your voice. But then it's fight your battle when you're at home. Oh, well, no, I'm gonna give in. You get a lot of helium in your voice, and you crumble. Right. Why? Because part-time. Because some people think like I could be an Israelite at class, but then when I go home, for some reason, the frontlets, the extra fringes everywhere, right? None of that stuff is there no more, right? My mind goes back into worldly mode. So I could chase women, right? I could lust. I could chase women. I could disrespect my husband. Right? I can be a bad kid, disrespect my parents, right? I can take the book and shelf it. Right? Like I asked the question, who leaves their books in their
trunks?
Who leave their books in their trunk?
The back seat?
Right. Who you just leave your Bible in the back, like, oh, where's your Bible at? In the trunk, in the whole trunk. You know how hard it is to dedicate yourself to go to the car once you're inside the house to go get something from the trunk. Once you're comfortable in your sweats and you got your temperature, you're like, I'm not going back outside. Right? So that means that, oh, you got an extra Bible in the house. Oh, no. I got my phone though. But that Bible app is like 18 apps open because you got TikTok, right? So, you know, it's that level of dedication where, again, I got an old Bible here, and a Bible at the house, like several. You know what I'm saying? Annotated here, annotated at the crib. Josephus here. I got one Josephus. I need two. I'm looking at all my books. I'm like, I need 2 of every book, right? For one, when you tote the books, they get damaged. But then I don't want to have to carry every book all the time. I just want to have it at the ready. Yeah, but that's my dedication, to be ready. Where's your zeal? What?
Have you heard just on that clock in, the 8 to 5?
Yeah.
Right. There's a few people that I've interacted just on what you're saying that have this position, right? Have an 8 to 5, and then that they've been entrusted with like manager duties, but complain because they're not getting manager pay on their 8 to 5. So they're like, you know what? They're overworking me. It's 8 to 5, Monday to Friday. I do get my breaks. I do get my lunch. I get a little commodities here and there, but I gotta find something else because they're just overworking me.
Okay.
And just bringing that point up, and like even on that, when we have that complacency of Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, it's still too much. Let me try to figure something else out.
And really, sometimes it works. Well, let me see what you got before I give you the full blessing. That's what jobs do. They're like, let me see if you can even handle it before I give you the full blessing. I'm not gonna prematurely give you the pay if you can't handle the job, right? Let's finish this because I got 3 more scriptures and that's 9. I don't want to hold everybody. Read on.
And search the scriptures daily.
Come on.
Whether those things were so.
Come on.
Therefore, many of them believed.
They were rooted. They had belief. They had zeal, enthusiasm, love, care, dedication. Go ahead.
Also of honorable women.
Yeah, it wasn't just women. It wasn't just the men. It was the women too. Go from there. Go to 1 Corinthians 16 and verse 15. Read.
1 Corinthians chapter 16, verse 15.
Right?
I beseech you, brethren, ye know the house of Stephanus,
Right?
that it is the first fruit of Achaia,
Right?
and that they have addicted themselves to the ministry of faith.
You know when you're addicted to something, it doesn't matter what's going on around you, none of that matters. Like you literally just are glued to the thing that you're doing, right? It's like a person that's on drugs. They'll give up everything to attain that drug if they're addicted. A person, video games, right? A person it don't matter. The house could be burning down. They won't eat. They won't drink. They won't take a shower. They won't bathe. Same drawers disintegrating off of them. Socks dirty, room dirty, looking like a pigsty. They trying to eat while playing a video game, but the whole controller is smeared with pizza sauce. And yeah, like that addiction is crazy, right?
Greasy and sweaty.
Yeah. Like, they got the whole finger blisters. Like, what happened to your thumb? Oh, you must be a gamer. Whole thumb is just disintegrated because they just... You're like, dang, hold on. They got carpal tunnel mad early, right? It's like, wait, what's going on? Because they've addicted themselves, and then when you take their addiction, they literally die. They literally cry and die, and they fuss and they fight and they fiend for the addiction, right? It's true though. She laughing, but it's true, right? It's like a child with a tantrum. They go through withdrawals, they start sweating, they start irking and jerking, they start throwing up. It's like you throwing up off the, like, you can't play Call of Duty. I remember the white dude, his grandpa took all his games and mowed him over with the riding mower. That white boy lost it. No! He put the PS5, he put all the video games and was like, you need this! You need to get off your ass! And you just saw all the games just, and he stood there like, oh! Like he exploded. You could tell he was a fiend, right? Now, take that and say, okay, what happens if somebody took the word from you? Would you shiver? Would you shake? Would you shake and ache in your bones? Or better yet, when you haven't gotten that cleansing for a day or two, do you be like, man, I don't care what's happening. I'm a damn tie these kids to the wall, right? I'm gonna kick their ass to the room, or I'm gonna put them down. I'm gonna do something because I gotta get up in this. Gotta get here. I need to be here real quick. It's something I gotta work out. The kids, oh, y'all hungry? Man, swallow your spit.
Right?
Rib, can't deal with you right now. You done took enough of my time. I gotta get here real quick. Right? I gotta get up in these books. And then when you get there, the satisfaction when you open it and it's like, and now all of a sudden you can breathe. And then you get the next book and you open it and you're like, oh my God, my apocrypha. Right? You're like, dang, and then you pull out your highlighters, you're like, oh yes, it's about to be on, son.
Yeah.
I get hyped like that. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. That's how I be. When I get in the room and I'm like, oh, thank you, Jesus. My rib's home. She's down there cooking and she got everybody downstairs. And then guess what? I hear the door knock. I'm like, what? I lose it. Cause I'm like, yo, don't interrupt me. Right? What the, like he'll tell you. He'll tell you. He'll come knock on the door. I'm like, yo, what y'all want? I'm busy. And they think I'm just sitting there watching TV. Right? Because the TV be on. That's how I study. Right? But I'm like, yo, don't interrupt what I got going on because this is the addiction. This is what I need. You see what I'm saying? That's the feeling, right? Where, man, if I don't get this for the next couple of days, man, I don't know. I'm about to have some withdrawals. Yeah, y'all got some more of that Bible? Right? You like Tyrone Nichols. They got some more the precepts, right? You just,
Y'all trying to have a biblical discussion right now?
yeah, lips dry as hell. Right? But ask yourself, are you a crackhead for the word? Right? Are you a precept crackhead? Right? You a precept head or are you, yeah, you know what? Either way, I'm gonna make it. It don't matter. There's always the Quran. Goddamn. It's just that easy for you to be disannulling the scripture. It's just that easy for you to remove the scriptures from you. It's that easy for you not to get in here. Like, I be thirsty to get up in here. I'm like, man, I wish I had 14 brains. I wish I had a bunch of, I'm serious. I like, me and Kazak we be making a joke. It's like, is it against the law to put a chip in your head so you can just be super, not smart, but that you can just like, that's all. Remember, he was like, I read fast. He's like, that's your talent? And he's like, he said, what is this? Ham was mad. It was like Hamites Got Talent or whatever it was. He's like, yeah, I read very fast. That's my talent. He said, okay, let's see this talent. He got the book. He was like,
I never seen this.
Yeah. Oh, you gotta look it up, man. That damn African was mad. I think he rushed the stage like, bruh, why you up here playing with us? This nigga grabbed the book, he was like, he grabbed another, he was like, but see, that's where I'm at. I'm like, I want to be able to just, damn, boom, locked in. Oh, next book, like, right? I'm like, so can we put the chip in our head? Can we add AI to our, obviously not, right? But that's where we at. Like, how can we keep pushing more? How do we keep them logs in the fire burning more? Right? Or we could just give ourselves to TV. Right? Or we could give ourselves to like something fictitious. Right? Read on.
Verse 6. 1 Corinthians chapter.
Read 16 and 15 again.
16 and 15.
Right?
I beseech you, brethren, ye know the house of Stephanus,
Right?
that it is the first fruits of Achaia, and that they have addicted themselves to the ministry of the saints.
Go ahead.
That you submit yourselves unto such.
See, and this is who we're supposed to be submitting ourselves to, the ones that are addicted to the word and not just trying to be knowledgeable, but actually trying to attain the righteousness of the Most High. Not just zealous just to be zealous. Read.
And to everyone that helpeth with us and laboreth.
Right. Now go from there. Right? Go to Romans 10:1, because you do have a zeal that is misplaced. You do have a zeal that is inappropriate based on a person's thinking. Read Romans 10:1.
Romans 10:1. Brethren, my heart desire and prayer of God for Israel is that they might be saved.
Right, and we all have that, right? Like we got to get our people saved, Doc. That's a zealous mind state. But now, how are you going to go about it? Are you going to beat them with the word? Right? And what do I mean by beat them with the word? Like, just, it's all about, I cut you. I cut you. See? I cut you. You're bleeding, brother. You're bleeding out. Well, how you going to save a nigga that's bleeding out if you don't even know how to do CPR? You don't even know how to bandage nobody up. You just know how to, see, I'm sharp. I'm smarter than you. I got precepts, Ak. Okay? So that's how you want to save everybody? Precepts, cut, chopping people's heads off, my sword.
Preeminence.
I'm better than you. Knowledge puffeth up. Go ahead.
For I bear them record that they have zeal of God, but not according to the knowledge.
See that? They have a zeal for God, but not according to knowledge. Not according to wisdom, not according to understanding. Some people have zeal according to their own selves, to their own lust. Well, I just want to look like a powerful teacher. I just want to look smart. I want to look like I know something. Okay, well then who's that gonna save? Right? I want to be held in admiration. I want to be puffed up. I want people to call me rabbi. Right? Pharisees. Go ahead.
For they being ignorant of God's righteousness,
go ahead,
and going about to establish their own righteousness,
go ahead,
have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of God.
Right, and we know the righteousness of the Most High is the law. Right? They're trying to go and establish their own way of doing things, their own tradition. Well, the law says this, but I'm going to add this little wrinkle in to, grab men to myself. Itching ears. The law says you can't have more than one rib, brother. Oh, wait, what? That's what the law said? But you got to show me that one. The law said I can't have more than one rib? It's wicked? So that's a law that I'm breaking? Oh, so damn, Solomon, David, all them good brothers were sinners then. Abraham. Yahushua was off because he talked about the 7 virgins marrying one man. Damn. So all those concepts are sins. Interesting, right? But that's the thing. Where's that person's zeal? What are they zealous for? It's misplaced. Galatians 4:17.
Galatians chapter 4, verse 17.
Read.
They zealously affect you.
And that's what you got to understand, that there's going to be all zeal will affect you. Go ahead.
But not well.
Why not well? Because it's misplaced. It's misguided. It's not embedded in the knowledge of the Most High in Christ. Go ahead.
Yea, they would exclude you.
Go ahead.
They might affect them.
Go ahead.
But it is good to be zealously affected.
Uh-huh.
Always in a good thing.
Because remember, by definition, zeal is a thing that can be used for good or bad. To attain something in a good sense or a bad sense. So now again, I might have zeal, but where is it at? What am I a crackhead for? Like when I go home and I'm not around brothers, what am I feeding for? What's my lust? Because everything is lustful. I lust to study. I lust to read things. I lust for knowledge. Right? I lust to be able to understand the deep, dark parables of the scriptures. And really have an understanding. That's my lust. What do you lust for when you go home? What are you zealous for? Oh, well, I'm passionate about my rib. Okay, well, that's not a bad passion, but then that could be misguided and bad because why? Too much rib, not enough study, rib gone, what you gonna do? Well, I'm passionate about money. I'm passionate about this. I got hobbies, son. I'm passionate about my J's, my shoe collection. You know what I'm saying? My t-shirt collection. I don't know. I used to be passionate about shoes. Used to. Not as much passion. I like a good shoe. You know, I look down, I'm like, I can appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I think I do well. You know, I look, I'm like, oh God, I respect those.
Out here.
You out here, right? I respect what you're doing, right? But am I gonna kill myself because I don't got the new latest and greatest? No. Am I gonna hang out at the mall and nah, bro? Collect $5 from everybody to see if I can get? No, of course not. I see them, cool. I ain't got them. Keep it moving. I got my Bible though. You see that? I got the word. I got the meditation. I'm excited to meditate on and get an understanding of things I don't know. That's what excites me. That's what I'm zealous for, is to understand things, right? Understand the ways of the Most High, right? We got to make sure that our zeal is not negative and it doesn't affect others negative. Over righteous, that's a zeal, right? Over righteousness, it tells you not to be over righteous, not to be over wicked or over righteous, meaning that your zeal can't be to the point where you just burning through your house, right? That's all. Put fringes on everything. Couch needs fringes. Dog, curtains. Yeah. I need to put a fringe on the fringe. My bread sheets got, like, damn, nigga, you got fringes on the bedspread? Yeah.
Fringes on the fridge.
Hell yeah. The fridge, washing machine got fringes. Holy food. Yeah. Like, I got the, like, it's like, okay, bro. Damn. You still alcoholic. You know what I'm saying?
You got fringes on the bottle.
You got all the fringes. So you got fringes on the Tito's.
Yeah.
Like, damn, what's the thing? Oh, I got fringes on the bottle.
Right.
Got the sleeve for my beer, got fringes on those. You see my point? Like, because you'll negatively affect people. Go ahead.
And not only when I am present with you.
Right. So, this is how you know, truthfully, where your zeal is, right? Is your zeal like Phinehas, right? Mattathias, where they stood up for righteousness? Or do you sit back and just let negative things happen around you and you don't feel no way about it, right? Are you complacent in, it just is what it is, right? My kids, man, whatever. My rib, I don't feel like dealing with that. You see brothers do negative, and you're like, I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to put myself in those crosshairs, right? Where's your zeal? You'll know by how you feel about things and how you react and how you act towards things. Now, I'm not saying that you go kill somebody and say, well, I was zealous because these homosexuals, they don't deserve to live, right? I was going for the law. No. It's you become a weapon against negative, right? You become the avenger of wickedness through building up yourself, building up your mind, adopting all these characteristics of zeal and making sure that you're the beacon of zeal, but a good zeal. Numbers 25:3. Yashikar, get it from me.
Book of Numbers, chapter 25, verse 3.
Right?
And Israel joined himself unto Baal Peor.
Go ahead.
And the anger of the Lord was kindled against Israel.
Right, so our people adopted demons. We joined ourselves to demons. Devil worship. Go ahead.
And the Lord said unto Moses, take all the heads up of the people and hang them up before the Lord against the sun.
So he said, go get the heads, cut them off, and hang them. Whoever's joined the Baal Peor. Go ahead.
That the fierce anger of the Lord may be turned away from Israel.
Go ahead.
And Moses said unto the judges of Israel,
Right.
slay ye every one his men that were joined unto Baal Peor.
Go ahead.
And behold, one of the children of Israel came and brought unto his brethren a Midianitish woman in the sight of Moses.
Go ahead.
And in the sight of all the congregation of the children of Israel, who were weeping before the door of the tabernacle of the congregation.
So all this going on, this dude decides that he want to bring a nation through the congregation and you know what I'm saying? Look at my boo. We worshiping devils and you brought a damn nation up in here. Go ahead.
And when Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, saw it,
right,
he rose up from among the congregation,
come on,
and took a javelin in his hand,
come on,
and he went after the man of Israel into the tent, and thrust both of them through, the man of Israel and the woman through her belly. So the plague was stayed from the children of Israel.
Yeah, because when you look at the story, Phinehas was looking at what was going on with the people. He was looking at what was happening around him. Read the next verse. What happened around him? Read.
And those that died in the plague were 24,000.
24,000 people were dropping dead while this man wanted to go deal with this Midianite woman. But a man with zeal, remember, it told us in the first scriptures that I read in Maccabees when he said, be like Phinehas, who was zealous and fervent for the law, right? He killed the plague. He stayed the plague. So he sees bodies dropping around him. His zeal pushed him to do something good to stop people from dying, right? Now, again, I'm not saying go out and get a javelin and just start jabbing cats through. You are the javelin. Your mind is that javelin. The word is the sword. The word is going to cut. The word is going to heal. So what is it saying? Sharpen yourself in the word, right? So you can be that person that kills the plagues in your house, the plagues in you, the plague, we can heal the nation, right? And that's what we're supposed to be trying to do. Heal the nation, heal each other. Go ahead.
Verse 10. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, hath turned my wrath away from the children of Israel.
Go ahead.
While he was zealous for my sake among them.
See, he was dedicated. He was fervent. He was vigorous. He was loving. What else?
Passionate.
He was compassionate. He was passionate, right?
Fiery.
He was fiery. He was passionate. He had energy. He had the appetite for what he had to undertake. He knew what he was biting off. He knew what he was about to do, right? He had the enthusiasm. He was committed. He was eager to do these things for the Lord. Go ahead.
That I consume not the children of Israel my jealousy.
Right. And you could also add in there, we ain't gonna read it, it's a lot, but you can read in there, you can add in your notes, it goes along the same type of story. It's 1 Maccabees 2:15 where Mattathias, he saw a man of the Jews getting ready to go offer sacrifice of like some defiled animal. And when he was getting ready to go put his meat on the altar, he went up to the altar and killed him and ripped the altar down. And he told him, he said, all you can go follow the nations, but me and my house, me and my sons, we gonna follow the Most High. And when that man popped up and tried to go offer that sacrifice, he killed his ass on the spot and ripped down that altar and told him, look, we ain't doing this. This ain't gonna be what it is, right? But it's the same thing. Am I zealous in keeping my house in order? You see that? Am I zealous at avenging the negative that's in me? You see that? So, I mean, that's it for the class. You know, again, remember, we have to put our minds in the right places when it comes to these situations. You got to look at things through the right lenses, or else what? Your zeal won't be there. Your trial, your battle, your tribulation, your faith is not supposed to diminish your zeal. It's supposed to increase it, but it's how you look at a battle, a trial. It's how you look at that furnace of affliction. All All right, it's how you look at Ecclesiastes, the second chapter. All right, so that's it for the class. Hopefully, it was okay. I didn't really get a chance to check a lot of things online. Shalom. Picture looks blurry, but the sound is great. Yeah, our internet is kind of terrible right now. The live is blurry. Yeah, it's just the internet. There's not really much we can do. It's the internet. I apologize. Israelite struggles. It's the struggle of a black man. Can't even get internet, dude. You know? So we'll work it out. But we definitely thank y'all for tuning in and at least hearing it, because that's really what it is. Y'all ain't gotta see me. As long as y'all can hear me. Right? Y'all know how I look. Right? A bald, mid-aged, overweight black man. So with that, you gotta hit the end for me on that. With that, we're gonna say shalom.
Shalom.
The line is blood. Wow, that's terrible. I think it's so, man, that means that something's going on. But